I can chime in on some.
We're here to talk about CPR now with us three in a combined video. We got me, D-Rock, we got Nate, we got TJ, and we'll start off with TJ talking about the safety tips of CPR.
So when out on a hike or per se, geocaching, you're going to want to at least know the basics of CPR and how to identify certain safety protocols. We're at a rainbow park here in Oshkosh, and there is no PPE, there's no defibrillator, there's no type of resuscitation device. So that's the number one thing you're going to want to look for when entering a new area. Are those devices, is that material available to you? The second step is you're going to want to, let's say a student drops down unconscious, you're going to want to check to see if they're breathing. Look for that, the chest inflating and deflating. Look for, some bleeding, or use the shout, tap, shout method for a responsiveness. The third step, if they do not respond and they are not breathing, obviously you're going to want to call 911 or tell someone to do so. Inform multiple people in the area that this is a problem and we need to assess it. The fourth step is place a person firm on their back and on a flat surface. The fifth step is 50 chest compressions. Now I know most kids are not going to know how to do these, but we can, play videos or show them videos on how to do chest compressions in that time of need. The sixth step, and as of 2022, this is not recommended anymore because of the pandemic, is give 2 breaths. So you're going to want to give 2 breaths and then 30 chest compressions, and keep doing that until a paramedic arrives. And that is the seventh step. The seventh and final step is the 30 chest compressions and 2 breaths until an AED is available.
And another, when you are doing those chest compressions, your goal for the rate of the compressions is 100 beats per minute. So you're going at a pretty good pace, and you are still pressing a lot harder than you would think. I know in the dummies that you utilize during the certification process, it doesn't represent what would actually happen if an emergency would occur. So that is one thing that you should always take into factor. And then another thing, when we were talking about the surroundings, know where you are, like in the city. Like, are you a place where there are like a lot of hospitals or ambulances around? Are you in the middle of the country or in the middle of the woods where it's going to take a while for some sort of medical team to get there? Those are all things you should take into place. Have an action plan before you go hiking or camping, just to make sure that you're safe.
An example I want to talk about quickly is I was at my sister's softball game last year, and between games there was an incident where there was a older gentleman on the ground that needed CPR, and he was on his back, and that was all right, and his legs were kind of flying in the air due to when the compression was pushing that hard. A goal, as Nate said, is to honestly, you want to break the ribs, and that is kind of different when you're practicing on a dummy. So it's important mentally when you're doing CPR to be in the moment. I know the life that you're trying to save is in your hands, and so being in the moment will help you stay in the moment, obviously, and then the person as well. And that's our goal here with CPR, is to save lives, not hurt them.